ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits.
I mean, some of them got to be single, right? Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends 80 Years The Mighty Thor. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at Megalopolis, City of Collectibles, where you can pick up your Marvel Legends and all kinds of other action figures. They have their daily deals and an awesome rewards points programs. Check them out, link in the description below. Actually, pick this up at my local comic and figure shop, Comic and Figure Addicts. Big thanks to them over there. Check them out on Instagram, and if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, be sure to check out Comic and Figure Addicts. And this is a dope looking figure. I've been wanting this one so much, and the paint apps look nice and crispy. I've seen many copies of this one, and this is looking very clean. Thank you, Juan. On the side right over here, you can see we get a nice image of Thor from Alex Ross, looking great. And then on the back, you can see this awesome poster image right over here. Oh man, that Loki looks awesome, again by Alex Ross. There's a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Then you get that same image of Thor again, and then on the very top, not much going on except for some little dots, and then not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Thor out of the packaging, looking freaking awesome, man. This is a perfect classic Thor, in my opinion anyway. I just think this thing looks amazing. There's little details throughout over here that make me very happy. I really like the articulation. We don't get too many crazy accessories. We don't need too many crazy accessories, but let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Thor. So we get two interchangeable left hands and a Mjolnir, and the Mjolnir looks fantastic. I do like that we have these two hands, though, having a wide open hand right here. Great gesture for Thor. You want that on the hand that's not holding Mjolnir. And we also get a fist because he's got a punch as well. Nice veins sculpted in there. Really like how the hands came out. And they both have the up and down hinge on them. Mjolnir here, though, this is very impressive. You could actually see the text in the side of the hammer. It's all engraved in there and everything. It says, "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." And I think that is just awesome. Sorry for the enthusiasm. But yeah, I really like how it looks like it's made out of stone. You know, it has all those little cracks in it and everything. Nice gray plastic right here. Really digging it a lot of details. Some accidental details with these lines right here, but you know, you can see the intentional cracks and little dots and everything. You get this nice gentle black wash over the gray, so I really like that a lot. Or maybe like a dark gray over gray. Yeah, so that looks pretty awesome. I really like it a lot. I should heat this up and kind of straighten this part out, but here's looking at the handle, which doesn't have any paint on it. And then you get the hoop right over here, which I like a lot. Man, very, very clever move on Hasbro's part. You can actually get Thor hanging on to this in a way where it looks like he's flying, so you kind of want this thing going on right here where he's holding it by the hoop, and it kind of sinks, but if you have the part that doesn't have the encryption on it, you can go this way, and it's pretty tricky to balance. It's tricky to do, but yeah, there you go. So you could make it look like he's flying, so that is awesome. I really like that a lot, that you can do that here with this figure. Whoop, but you got to be careful with it. Another thing worth mentioning is that if you have the Marvel Select Thor effect piece, oh my goodness, you do want to use it on this figure. It works out very well. You can see these Mjolnirs are almost the same exact size, right? So they're very close in size over here, and you can get this port right over here going into the right hand of Thor. It's a little loose in there, but still he holds it, and oh my goodness, that looks freaking awesome. That is incredible. Definitely had a great time taking pictures of this figure with this effect piece. Okay, so we're getting a great looking head sculpt. I love this head sculpt for Thor. The eyebrows look good. I like the facial expression. The hair came out really good. We even get some nice blonde highlights. It's very tricky to see. If I darken things up, you can see that there's some highlights right there in the hair. The helmet looks amazing. There's a little line going through the plastic. It doesn't bother me that much. Mostly nice silver paint, but we get this awesome pearlescent white for the feathers on the side of the helmet. That looks great. I love that. You may want to heat this up, or I may want to heat this up and straighten these out, getting them a little bit more similar to each other in height. And same thing with the hair. It's going to move around a little bit, especially when you start, you know, moving the head around. And I'll get into the articulation in just a minute, but looking on the back of the head right here and looking at the hair, again, that looks fantastic. Very pleased with that. It's made out of a semi-pliable material. It is pretty stiff, but as you can see, I can bend it a little bit right there. Nice looking cape. I love how the cape came out. We get this beautiful black fade over the red over here, which just looks fantastic. We get some nice wrinkles and everything. I like how it's wafting off to the side. The inside of the cape still looks great too, so that paint detail is consistent throughout. very happy with that. I'm liking how the flesh tone looks on this guy too. The arms look great, big old beefy muscular Thor arms, so that's awesome. I like how the wristbands came out over here too. And then this whole piece with the discs, I love how the shoulder pads are made out of a soft material, so you can get the figure's arms moving all the way upward, which is awesome. And then we get some nice texturing right over here on the black portion, and the discs came out really good on mine. I did see several copies where especially the right disc looked scuffed up or it was missing paint. Tiny little weird things going on right over here, but not a big deal. I could probably just paint over that with a Sharpie maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But the belt looks great. I love that we get a flat yellow right here and then we get gold on top of it. Nice wrinkles. Again, you can see the texturing is consistent throughout. Really like that we get the seams right over here. The back of the figure looks really good. Nice musculature. Thor butt right there, also textured out. The legs look great. The hip joints have these nice wrinkles going on. I love how that looks over the blue. Looking awesome through and through on this piece, man. Could you tell that I like it a little bit, huh? We get some nice seams on the inside of the legs right there. I love how the wrinkles just keep showing up. And then the bands right here around the calves look great. We get a soft material right over here for these knee pad pieces. That's pretty cool. Feet look good. Get the little gold bits right over here on the top of the shoes, or on the top of the boots anyway, and he still has peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Think I'm done singing Hasbro's praises with this figure? Hell no! I love the articulation on this figure. I think this is as good as we can possibly get on a Thor figure without having to interchange the hair or the helmet or anything. So you get a neck hinge right here, so you can get his head looking up a bit, and it's a little tricky to do because you have all that hair over there, but he does look up. That makes me so happy. That is freaking awesome. You can get him to look down. It has a little bit of that shifting forward and back pile driver, so that's what really makes that happen. Now, getting the head to turn side to side is probably the trickiest part because you want to kind of flip this hair over the cape, which is sticking up really high, as it should. So when you do that, you have to deal with the hair in the front kind of going over, and then the head pops off on you. So it gets very tricky. This is like the trickiest thing with this figure, the biggest downside, and I don't see it as Hasbro's fault because I don't know how else you could do this without having interchangeable hair pieces or super soft material for the plastic of the hair. So you could see getting him to look left and right without shifting over the cape is only, limited to just some wobbling, but you can flip over the hair, and it's, again, tricky to do, but you can get him looking left and right some. And there's some head tilting right over here as well. Shoulders move up very far, which is awesome. You can move them down. You could rotate a full 360. If you wanted it inward with his arm raised upward that much, he'll have his arm sticking up that far, which is looking really great. I like that. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the left side, the wrist turns side to side and hinge up and down. And then on the right side, it has a horizontal movement, which of course is perfect for holding Mjolnir. A great diaphragm joint over here that turns side to side. Great diaphragm pivot, which helps a lot. It crunches forward quite a bit and back. And I love how this is all a soft rubbery material. That just really helps a lot. A little gappage right over there, but not that bad. He does have a great waist swivel over here as well. And then the hips move outward very far. He'll kick forward and back a tiny bit, not much at all. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, calf rotation. I love that we have the calf rotation. Ankles move down, they do move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out the height of this Thor figure, you can see that he is standing at about 7.5 inches tall. And for your classic Thor figure comparison, we have the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 3 Thor, thank you Ice Cap Mang, and we have the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Giant Man Waves Classic Thor, thank you Bug Nice 10. And out of these three, I gotta say this 80 years Thor is the very best. I like it most. That's just my personal opinion. It has all the things that I want in a classic Thor figure. It looks awesome compared to these other two. And this is the only one that actually has an inscription, and I did break the foot on this one right here, but you can see it looks like it's Norwegian or something like that. I don't know. And then to compare this new Thor figure next to a couple of other Asgardians from Hasbro Marvel Legends, we have the Odin the Allfather Build-A-Figure, and then we have Lady Sif from the A-Force pack. And then here's Thor next to what I consider to be his two most memorable villains. We have Loki and we have Malekith, and these two actually share the same body mold, so they're both a little bit shorter than Thor over here. I do prefer Loki being a little bit closer to Thor in height, but I don't mind him being a little bit shorter. And comparing Thor next to one of the Wrecking Crew, here he is next to Pile Driver, and I do like the height difference between these two. And then to compare Thor next to some other classic Avengers 80 years figures, we have Captain America and the Hulk, and all three of these look great. I love the scaling between all three of them. Can't wait to review the Iron Man figure. I actually picked that Iron Man figure up before the Thor figure, but this Thor figure got my attention so much I had to review it first. But yeah, stay tuned for that 80 years Iron Man figure review coming fairly soon. And then here's a new Thor figure. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey Thor, this suit's supposed to glow, and I thought maybe, it's an electrical problem. Or maybe it just needs a charge from your little friend Mogliner. Oh, this is such a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. Did it work? Oh man, I'm so stoked I'm able to get this Thor figure in this type of flying pose. It's the only Thor figure, or only classic Thor figure, that I could do this with, so I'm very pleased with that. I really like this figure a lot, man. Another tiny little gripe I'm going to bring up though is that his diaphragm joint will lean to the side if you have him holding that Marvel Select effect kind of easily. It does get a little on the loose side with some weight to it, but that's me digging for little gripes, man. This thing is absolutely spectacular. I personally think it's the best Thor figure ever, and at the price point around $25, I'm giving this a Sun rating of it's that amazing, man. I love this thing. This is an amazing figure. I highly, highly recommend it. Pick it up if you have not already. It is truly awesome. I want to know what you guys think. It's been out for a little while now, so a bunch of you probably have this in hand already, so let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell if you have not already. And a big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel on Patreon. I am posting up a giveaway for the Marvel Legends Jubilee figures, so stay tuned for that, you guys, over on Patreon. If you're interested, check the link in the description below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, be sure to check out marvelousnews.com, and don't forget to follow me on the social media over on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.